As we film this on a Monday, still within the 24-hour window of be nice because everyone's still just upset overall, how many years have you been a Cowboys fan? Sound off for me in the comments section. Got a super thanks here from Mark Clark. Great stats, Tom. Keep coming. That was based on our preview video. I broke down kind of some of the pros and cons, and everything we were worried about ended up coming true in a negative way. So thank you, Mark, for a $25 super thanks. You're a real one, my friend. Here's what super thanks is. It's a feature on YouTube. You can super chat during live shows. You can also donate now outside of live. Click the thanks icon, edit your message, send it in. Every super thanks, we will give you a shout out. From Scott, this is why I've been saying not to give Dak the extension. He proves he can get past the division round. I don't see that happening. Issue is with Dak under center, we will never have a top 10 pick, if healthy. So what do we do? The way I see it, there are two viable options. You can either figure it out with Dak, try to build around him, and then go from there, or you can bottom out. You got to tank a little bit, figure it out, and go from there. I don't know which one's the best solution, frankly. My preference would be to be aggressive now and give it like 3 years, 4 years, and then tank again. But I don't think the Joneses will ever take the tank option. They're going to lose money. That's too important to them. And Jerry didn't have enough time to lose money and lose seasons, you know? From Michael Sutton, $5 super thanks here. Catboy with the savior of our team. He will swallow the Joneses' pride, ego, and hire a GM and be a regular owner. And then I woke up from my dream. I'm not going to lie. Michael had me in the first half. It happens. The one constant, this entire franchise, last 25, 28 years, it's the Joneses. They want to do it their way. They want to win games, but they want to win it their way. And their way has not worked. And I am terrified if and when they fire Mike McCarthy, there will not be a real coaching search. And it will be more of the same. You put a new paint of coat on the car with a busted engine. That doesn't really fix it now. Does it, Jerry? Steven. So do you blame the Jones boys for all of our frustrations as Cowboys fans? I think the answer is yes, but this is your chance to comment. Y for yes, N for no. Go vote for me in the comment section right now. Kyle Busch Productions. Kyle Busch got out of the playoffs yesterday. Blue Jays out of the playoffs. Cowboys lose by 32. What's the price for a guy like Kevin Byard? Probably not available. You know, Tennessee is, because Mike Vrabel is just a pretty good coach overall, you know, that's a guy, he gets his guys prepared to play most games. Not all games, but most games. Now, Tennessee's won 2 in a row. They just beat the team that you play this weekend in the Chargers. They're 3-2, just like you. They're not gonna sell. Elmatic 7. The fact that Tennessee could double seed the whole game and not feel threatened by any of the receivers says everything about McCarthy. 1990 offensive mind. We all knew they were gonna bracket Lamb, and there were some plays that Lamb was open, but it wasn't the place he was the actual read on. Like, Lamb got frustrated. I do not blame him at all. There were several plays he kind of like threw his hands up. Like, one was on like the rollout left. He's not going to throw it across his body. It makes no sense. There was one he was mad at. Like, Lamb was open on the pass to Gallup that kind of goes off his chest and is incomplete. Like, okay. That game's also over at that point. Like, you got to find a way. You got to get Lamb going. You got to get the players going. You got to scheme up touches for all your guys, not just Lamb. I think it's a coaching issue. It is. Chris B. By the way, our draft class blows right now. Y'all realize that your most productive rookie draft pick is Deuce Vaughn? It's not Mozzie. He's not anything yet this year. It's not Schoonmaker. Overshone's hurt, unfortunately. Awesome Richards is a healthy scratch half the time. Junior Fehoko, Jalen Brooks, Eric Scott have not played a game for you. It's been Deuce Vaughn. It's a 6th-round pick. Your early round picks are not helping you at this point. Today's show is made possible by Prize Picks, the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. It is just you, against the numbers. Instead of battling thousands of other players, including pros and sharks, you pick more than or less than on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. It really is that simple. They also offer an improved deposit and withdrawal experience, including the option to use Apple Pay for quick deposits into your account. They've got a vast selection of stats and sports types not offered anywhere else. You can even do in-game projections after the game has started, like maybe in that first half you go less than Tony Pollard touched or yards because they just were not going to run the football down by 3 scores in the third quarter. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Link will be in the comments and the description. But again, folks, it's prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use code CLNS for that first deposit match up to $100. Dwayne Jackson, if there is a real coaching search, who is the hot college coaching prospect that Dallas could get some serious consideration to? Harbaugh? I kind of don't want to do the college draft. Everyone's going to say Deion. Like, sure, you can interview him. It's fine. But I don't think Deion wants to be an NFL head coach, and I don't think his style would work that well. His style is rah-rah, motivation, up against them, recruiting. That's where he wins. Guess what you cannot do in the NFL? Recruit. They want the money. It's just not going to work that way. So it's, Harbaugh, but I would say probably look at the NFL. Brian Parson, airs nothing about Dak that's alpha. He looks like a scared puppy to give him a new contract. I might give up 35-plus years of loyalty. Still in the 24-hour window. I don't agree with Brian. I will say this, though. If you could ever catch, a practice somehow or, training camp and you can hear Dak, the trash talk is alpha. He says all the right things publicly, but you caught some of it with Diggs when Diggs was talking trash to him. Like, he's a big-time trash talker to his teammates, in practice and stuff. That part's alpha. I think the overall leadership's good, but the Niners game was, I don't know what's worse than beta, but it was that for that entire team. Matt Jones, bench Dak for Rush or Lance. Again, my answer is no here. For several reasons. If the year gets out of hand, if we get to week 14 and your season's over, let's give Trey Lance a shot. See what he can do, if anything, right? But by far, your best bet to win games right now, as bad as last week was, is still Dak Prescott. I've got plenty of complaints about him, about the offense, about this team in general. You've watched any show, you've seen me be very upset. It ain't Cooper Rush, guys. Trey Lance is not ready yet. So it's still Dak. I think pretty unanimously as far as I'm concerned. I know not everyone will agree, and that's fine. We are still in that 24-hour window where you can complain. We're doing it live. So pick a quarterback. No wrong answers. Freedom to be as mad as you want. Just don't be a bad person, right? DP for Dak Prescott, CR for Cooper Rush, TL for Trey Lance. Not Jeremy Chugs' burner. If you could go back in time and steal one asset from the Chiefs, steal Mahomes or Andy Reid, all other variables being the same. Assuming it all pans out the way it did, Mahomes. That's why I know time travel is not real, because no one's done it yet. Or maybe the Chiefs have a better time travel option. I don't know. Mahomes. Andy Reid's great. Mahomes. Leroy Pearson Jr., what moves made to salvage the season? Play better? That's a very cop-out answer, I know. But, this team has talents. They got better on paper than last year when they were 2 plays away from beating the 49ers. You weren't 2 plays away last night on Sunday night. You were 20 plays away. That's probably an overestimation, but still. You got to play better. You got to coach better. I don't know if it's a roster thing. I think it's, this coaching staff has to be better. Your offense guard has to be better. Dan Quinn, J-Ron Curse might need to sit out some snaps. I hate to say it, but he's been bad. Bye week, we will have bye week changes as a video for you. That's when you can make some real stuff swap out. From Brett, Stop using the girlfriend analogy, LMAO. I like that one, though. It's fun. I like that one. Oh, shit. Brett did get broken up. Oh, fuck. I forgot that Brett got broken up with. Now I'm the asshole. Sorry, Brett. My bad. All right, let's keep growing. Let's get away from that one and make me look like less of a jerk. Subscribe to the Cowboys Report for more free videos. Multiple times per day. Win or lose, we will still have you guys covered, so hit that sub button if you haven't already. Antonio Little, is this Mike McCarthy's last year? If I had to bet, who's picking the Cowboys to make it to the NFC Championship game this season? I'm not. You are probably not even a top 3 team in the NFC this year. Lions are out coaching your butt. So, yeah. I think it is his last year. We'll see. What do you think? Is this McCarthy's final year as the Cowboys head coach? Will he be the head coach next year? 1 for yes, 1 more year for Big Mike. 0 for no. Chris B, again, filmed this on Monday, so if you're watching on demand, we'll know the answer for this one. Leighton Vander Esch might go on IR. Good thing we have depth, LOL. Yep. Good thing you have literally one other linebacker on your active roster right now. Or he spells a hybrid. That'd be really bad. We'll see. The update is they're considering putting him on IR due to the neck injury. Don't know what the neck injury is. Don't like that one. Maybe you can go get Jabril Cox from the Commanders. He's on the practice squad. You could go get him. Abbas, why don't we have Dak run plays more? Do you mean like Dak call the plays or Dak run the ball more? I think he means run the ball more. They want to use those more in high leverage spots, but you also kind of got the game, just blown away out of hand from you pretty early, at least last week. The turnover boys are back. How about CJ Mosley? We are thin at linebacker. I don't hate the name. Jets are not a great football team. They did just beat Denver, so they might talk themselves out of selling because that regime doesn't want to sell because they give up so much to get Rodgers. But I'd call at least. It's a good name. It's a good name. Finally, from Brett, he says, all good, Tom. Much love, brother. Again, I apologize for the I forgot, so that's my bad, Brett. Sorry. Leroy Pearson. One more. You beat the buzzer here. At this rate, would you blow up the entire coaching staff? Outside of quarterback, who would you trade up for in the coming draft? Olu Fashanu? I think he's a great tackle prospect. Fixes your issue there. I don't really want to trade up. I would rather trade my second this year and second next year for an extra first. That's what I'd rather do. At this rate, my mindset is this. When it comes to the coaching staff, the answer is maybe. Do a real search and let that head coach pick his guys. When have you done that? When was the last time you did that? It's been a very long time since you hired a head coach and let him pick all of his guys all the way through. Kinda with Garrett, but that also wasn't a real search. You gave him the job. So if you hire somebody and says, I want all new guys, okay, it's fine. You cannot just make these minor tweaks and go, oh, it's fixed now. If this continues, you have to make the real change.